Year 1, he just needs time. Year 2, he's going through a difficult phase. Year 3, he promised he'll change. Year 4, 5, 6, and she's still waiting for him to mature, waiting for him to prioritize her, waiting for him to become the man he promises to be every time they fight. Her friends got married, had children, built lives. And her? She's in the same place, the same conversation, the same cycle. He promises, she believes. He fails, she forgives. He says, I'll change, she waits. And the years pass, and nothing changes. Absolutely nothing, except her. She's more tired, older, emptier, and deep in her soul, where she doesn't like to look, lives a truth she's afraid to face. What if I wasted the best years of my life waiting for a change that will never come? This is the temporal prison of women who wait. And today we're unveiling the brutal psychology behind this infinite waiting. Because it's not patience. It's not hope. It's something much more painful. It's a mixture of sunk cost, fear of the unknown, and terror of admitting she chose wrong for so long. And without understanding what keeps her in this emotional waiting room, she'll continue there, year after year, until she wakes up a decade later and realizes life passed while she was waiting for it to begin. Let's start with the truth that will free her, but first it will hurt. She doesn't wait years because he'll change. She waits because she's already invested so much that giving up now seems like a bigger waste than continuing. And this has a name in behavioral economics: sunk cost fallacy. It works like this. The more time, energy, and life she's already put into something, the harder it is to abandon, even when all evidence shows she should. Because giving up means admitting those years were lost. And that hurts too much. So she thinks, I've already given so much time. If I leave now, it was all in vain. But if I stay just a little longer, maybe, and just a little longer becomes a year, becomes 3, becomes a decade. Psychologists call this irrational hope. It's not faith. It's desperation disguised as optimism. Because deep down, she knows. She's already seen he doesn't change. Already had 1,000 proofs. But accepting this truth means accepting something even worse. That she stayed all this time with someone who was never going to change. And this admission would be so devastating that her brain prefers to keep waiting, keep believing, keep postponing the pain of facing reality. But here's the brutal truth. The time she's already lost doesn't come back. And each additional year she waits is one more year she'll never recover. Now the question arises, but why does she specifically do this? Why can't she simply leave? Because the woman who waits years almost always carries specific patterns. If she grew up seeing promises being repeatedly broken, but people staying anyway, she learned that waiting is what you do. Her mother waited for her father to change. And she's repeating the pattern without even realizing it. If she was taught that giving up is weakness, that relationships are hard work, that true love perseveres, she internalized that leaving makes her the failure. So she stays, not because it's worth it, but because she's afraid of being seen as someone who gave up. If she has low self-esteem, she believes this is her only chance. That if she leaves, she won't find anyone. That it's better to have him changing eventually than risk being alone forever. And mainly, if she's afraid to face that she wasted time, she keeps waiting because stopping means admitting defeat. And she's not ready for that. So she creates narratives. Every relationship goes through bad phases. He's under pressure at work. When the situation improves, he'll change. But the situation never improves. Because he doesn't want to change. He wants her to keep waiting. As the years pass, the patterns deepen. She develops chronic accommodation. She got used to the unsatisfactory. Mediocre life became normal. And she forgot what it's like to be truly happy because it's been so long since she only waits for happiness. She begins moving mental deadlines. If in 6 months he doesn't change, I'll leave. 6 months pass. Just one more year. One more year. After the holidays. After that. When he solves problem X. And she always finds one more excuse to postpone the decision. She loses real opportunities while waiting for the possibility of him. Other men appeared. She refused. Career opportunities in another city. She didn't go because of him, Dreams that required decision, she postponed. And while she waits for him to change, her entire life stays on pause. She develops temporal blindness. Suddenly she looks back and realizes, wow, it's been 5 years I've been waiting for him to propose. It's been 3 years he's been promising to quit that addiction. And she wonders, where did the years go? And she confuses waiting with loyalty, when in reality it's fear disguised as commitment. What happens to this woman? She becomes someone who lost connection with the present, because she doesn't live the now. She lives in the someday. Someday he'll change. Someday it'll be different. Someday. She becomes the type of woman who is ashamed to say how long she's been in the same relationship without evolution. Lies to family, everything's fine, we're working on it. Avoids friends' gatherings because she can't stand hearing about progress in their lives while hers is stagnant. Feels panic when she realizes how many birthdays have passed waiting. And worst, she becomes an expert at seeing signs of change where they don't exist. He was kind one day? See, he's changing. He remembered something important? He's improving. He did the minimum, progress. And she confuses crumbs of temporary effort with real transformation. But real transformation isn't temporary. Doesn't come and go. Doesn't need constant reminders. Real transformation is permanent. And if after years she's still waiting for it, it won't happen. The crucial question isn't, how much longer should I wait? It's, if in X years he hasn't changed, why do I think he'll change now? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting different results. She already waited. He didn't change. She gave chances. He didn't take them. She believed the promises. He didn't keep them. And now she has 3 choices. 1. Accept who he is and stop waiting for change. If she can love him and be happy exactly as he is now, without hope of future change, then stay. But be honest. Can she? Or is she just saying she accepts while secretly still hoping? 2. Continue waiting and accept that her entire life will stay on pause. She can wait another 5-10 years. But understand, each year that passes waiting is a year she'll never truly live. And later, when she looks back, it won't be him she'll blame. It'll be herself for staying. 3. Leave and recover her life. This is the scariest, because it means admitting she was wrong, that she wasted time, that he wasn't who she thought he could be. But it's also the only one that gives her back control of her life. So if there's a woman listening who waits years for change, she needs to hear, he's not almost there. He's exactly where he's always been. He doesn't need more time. He'd need will. And if he had it, he would have already changed. And she's not being patient. She's being convenient. For him. Because while she waits, he has everything. Has her. Without having to change. Without having to try. Without having to do absolutely anything besides promise occasionally. He has no incentive to change. Because she stays anyway. And she knows this. She always knew. But admitting would mean acting. And acting would mean losing. And she's so afraid of losing that she prefers to keep losing gradually year after year. But here's the truth. She's already lost. Lost years. Lost opportunities. Lost versions of herself that won't come back. The only question that matters now is, will she keep losing? She deserved someone who changed because he wanted to, not because she begged. She deserved someone who was already who she needs, not someone she needs to wait to become. She deserved to live her life now, not in some hypothetical future. And she has that right, still, but not for much longer, because time doesn't wait for her to decide. It just passes. And each year she spends waiting is one less year of real life. So stop waiting. Not because he doesn't deserve more chances, but because she deserves to live. And you can't truly live when trapped in an emotional waiting room for years. So stand up, leave that room, and start living. Not the life she hopes to have someday, the life she can have now, if she has the courage to stop waiting and start choosing. And that choice is hers. It always was.